Hi, my name is Andrés Cabrera from Geeks of Color. Fede, un placer en conocerte y poder hablar contigo hoy.
Igualmente.
Yeah, so my first question is one of my favorite parts of the Alien franchise is its ability to balance the horror sci-fi aspects while still tackling a wide variety of thematic elements. What specific theme or core concept were you eager to explore in Romulus in the midst of all the horror?
I think well the one of the aspects that made the first one that made it at the time so unique, it still does, it was that kind of psychosexual aspect of the film, that the creatures that Giger designed, the guy that H.R. Giger designed the original creatures, was definitely going for that thing. It's just that a twisted aspect of it that you're looking at it, you go, what am I looking at there? It just kind of tingles your brain in ways that you don't even notice. That's something that is very important about it, and we definitely went full on that front with this film.
Absolutely. Secondly, I wanted to talk about production design because I feel like that's one of the most iconic parts of the first film, and I really do feel like it's one of the things that stands out. What was your collaboration process with your production designer, Naaman, and what was the key focus you guys wanted to hit on with Romulus?
We wanted to make sure it looked and felt like the perfect amalgamation between Alien and Aliens. That's really was the goal. That's why we set the story between those two, and that's why we were always obsessed with making sure we nail every aspect of it, which is way more difficult than it looks, I tell you, because there's one thing is just the design of it, that we had an amazing team of designers working with us to make sure we hit that style, but also the colors, it's so complicated. When you see our spaceships, the colors of every button on the cockpit are only the colors that you see on the cockpit of the Nostromo in the first film, to give you an example. As soon as you add a button there that is, I don't know, purple or something, it throws out the whole look in the wrong direction. So to the detail, we went to make sure that the color palette of a movie matched the one of the originals to make sure it felt like a trip back to those days, right?
That's great. Secondly, or thirdly, I want to talk about the themes in Alien and the genres in Alien. I know Noah Hawley just finished up production on his Alien show, and I know a lot of Alien fans have been debating if Alien should focus on one genre or if they should be open to explore a wide variety of them. Do you feel like the Alien franchise is better served serving more genres and being able to explore more concepts, or do you feel like there should be a central theme, a central focus or genre?
Oh, well, look, I think the beauty of this franchise is that it can be many things, and every movie kind of redefine it a little bit. Going from horror to action horror to prison drama. It kept evolving and really taking it to pure science fiction. At some point with Prometheus, always with horror elements. It's always horror in all of them. But I think it really depends on the filmmaker. I was personally interested in take it back to horror. That's what I wanted to do. That was the aspect that interests me the most at this point. I was, when it comes to do a new one, what should we do next? I felt like it feels good to me, is what I know how to do, like to take it back to that world. But I'm fascinated as well to see what happened with the TV show, and I think for television, there's some other aspects of it that work better. Science fiction, the drama of it all will probably make more sense for a TV show. I don't think you can do relentless, nonstop horror in TV like for every episode. I mean, maybe, but I don't think that's what they're going for. So I think each one of these formats have a different strength, and an Alien can be many many things. So it all gets filtered through the filmmaker, I guess. So in this case, I'm very interested on that kind of edge of your seat experience, right?
That's awesome. Now, my favorite Alien film is the first one, which is the Ridley Scott directed film. I really do feel like this is one of the most influential movies of all time. I think it opened up a lot of different avenues and doors. But what do you feel personally is the biggest contribution of the first Alien film? And what kind of avenues do you feel like it opened up for filmmakers?
Well, look, I think there was nothing like it at the time, and the idea of taking something that actually was quite new, but also Star Wars had done the year before. Alien is, like I said a few times, it feels like it's Star Wars' evil sister, right? It's that movie that comes as an answer, but just puts a lot of kind of a perverse twist on it. So there's something about that I think is very, very unique. And the creature itself is such a creation that no one had seen before anything like it. And the mystery of what the creature was what keep you glued to the screen on that first film. And I think now it's been long enough, and there's a young generation that haven't seen any of them really, and they will come into this movie without knowing what to expect. And oh boy, do they have something in store for that.
Absolutely. Now, creating tension is one of your trademarks in in all of your films, and I do feel like there is some complexity in that. Obviously, a lot has to do with the performances, the camera movement, the score. But what do you feel is the key to bringing all these ingredients together to create the perfect tension inside a scene?
Well, there's what I do, at least what I really try to do, is like if something can be shown and not said, I'll show it. If the camera can say a line, I'll say it with the camera, and that's pure cinema for me. It's what I would try to do every time, to not have talking heads and people just spitting dialogue. I think there was cinema in the most pure form. It was, it's been said before many times that Hollywood peak at the end of the silent era, because really there was no lines, and really it did. It was incredible what people could convey just with images. And then as soon as people start talking, things change, and some of that art was lost. But I think till today, the best cinema is the one that still keeps some of that. That's why my second film, Don't Breathe, the script was 60 pages. There was barely no lines said in the movie, and it was very, very suspenseful because the camera was doing most of the work. It was people's eyes, light, the camera, the lenses, the rooms, and that's what I tried to do, and we do a lot of that. This movie has actually, you have to fact check me on that, but I think there's a chunk at the end of almost probably 20 minutes where not a line is being said, and it really keeps you glued to the screen.
Absolutely. Fede, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I can't wait to for Alien Romulus, and everything looks amazing so far. So congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day, Fede.
Thank you.
Impact event in 5,